The Brandon Hall Series, Books 1 through 6, written by Mike Ryan, narrated by Bryan Moore. The Wrong Man, Brandon Hall Series, written by Mike Ryan, narrated by Bryan Moore. 1. He couldn't shake the feeling that he was being followed, or at the very least, being watched. Before getting on the train, he took one last look behind him. Without seeing anything, he just shook it off. Maybe it was the late-night movie he watched the previous night that was doing it to him. It was a thriller in which everyone was out to get the hero, who narrowly escaped at every turn. Brandon Hall was a 28-year-old single guy, fresh out of the military, wanting to start his own business. With not having any family to reconnect with or a wife or girlfriend to come home to, he figured now was the right time to start that business. He had nothing to hold him back. He just attended a business conference in San Diego to get some marketing ideas and make some contacts. Since it was only a little over 2 hours back to Anaheim by train, and since he'd never taken one before, he thought he'd try taking the scenic route back home. Little did he know he was about to embark on a trip he'd never forget. Once Hall got on the train and found his seat by the window, he put his headphones on and listened to some music as he tried to enjoy the ride. It was a quiet ride for most of the way, with the seats next to him and behind him not being taken. It seemed like the train was about 3/4 full. Hall's nice quiet ride was interrupted with about 30 minutes to go until the train reached the Anaheim station. The empty seat next to him had now been taken, with Hall giving a quick glance at the burly-built man with the shaved head and goatee sitting down beside him. Hall then turned his head back toward the window, not giving the man another thought. A few minutes later, Hall felt a tap on his arm. He looked over at the man, who seemed to be giving him a nod like he wanted to talk. Hall took his headphones off and let them drape around the back of his neck as he listened to what the man wanted. "You need something, man?" Hall pleasantly asked, a smile on his face. The man didn't reciprocate the friendly tone and looked genuinely upset, judging by the scowl on his face that didn't seem to waver. "Where's the stuff?" What stuff?" "You know. Let's not play games, all right? It's a short ride. Let's not make it any longer than we have to." "I don't know what you're talking about." "I was told you were cool and could be trusted."
Sample complete. Ready to continue?